Mr. Anonymous, good evening. Welcome to class. Okay, so I feel network has been a problem. But yeah, we're back. And so I was having a session with one of us who had issues with the last class. So now we're just starting today's class. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning, anytime we're seeing this. Just record this down in case instead of not doing anything for tonight. So for today, we'll be doing logical functions. We're working with logical functions, counts, if, sumif, countif, and or not. These are logical functions. And we'll also be doing text functions using concat, len, find, textjoin, lower, upper, proper. Those are new yet. And we'll also be touching lookup functions. But for this class, we'll be doing just VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. I hope I'm audible, please. Can someone help me confirm?
Yes, it's audible.
All right, thank you so much. So back to class. So I said for today, we'll be doing logical functions, text functions, and lookup functions. We might not really do everything, but we'll try see as far as we can go because our time is running out. So last class, we did basic arithmetic. I think we did product, we did, what other thing? I really can't remember, but I think we've worked with basic arithmetic operations. We've done, okay, yeah, sum, average, min, max, product. We did filling cells where we had autofilling and flash filling. We did cell reference where we talked about relative cell reference, absolute cell reference, and mixed cell reference. Then we also talked about freezing panes, freezing tuples, freezing first columns. Then we talked about creating and using templates. Yeah. So today we are moving on to logical functions. God will grant speed. Yeah, so logical functions. Before we go to logical functions, let me open a new file. So yeah, so there's this file we'll be using. I think yeah. So a minute. What's this thing is going? So yeah, we'll be dealing with this today, and I have some questions for us that we'll treat together while in class. We'll use these ones for the VLOOKUP, then we'll use these ones for the um text functions. Yeah, so we'll start with text functions. So this is also a data set, but then I came up with this myself. And so this record is for a bookstore sales where we have the book number. We can also call it the book code, the author's first name, the author's last name. We have the book type, like a gene. Then we have each price. We have the customer ID. We have the quantity purchased. That is how many pieces of each item was bought and the total sales. Oh, I did a mistake. Okay. Yes, so we were supposed to do this by ourselves while in class. So I'll delete this. And even this. Yeah, so this is what we will be doing today. This one says find the length of each book type. So when we talk about length as a text function, let me go back. When we talk about text as a length function, it means for each cell, give me the length of the information in it. Now, I have author first name. I have Rick. What is the length of Rick? That is, count from the beginning to the end. If I say count this particular cell, that's B4 now, it will return the count of Chimamanda for me. So let's go back to where we were. Find the length of each book type. Each book type. So we can come here and write book type since it was not part book type. This is just to solve these questions. This is to solve these questions. So if I write book type here, I can do my equal to length. So book type is under what? Book type. Yeah, under what? Column. D. I can come here, select it, then I close my brackets. You would see that if I go back, it only gave me the argument text. Meaning I cannot write any other thing. If I should write something else, it will give me an error. So that's so it accepts only one argument, which is that the particular cell counts the length. And if I close my bracket, it will give me the length of religious. Is it religion? Yes, religious. And if we count religious, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we count for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it give me 8. It should give me 8 if I autofill, and it would do for the rest. That means this book type now means that the length of each of this book type here, that is for length. Then concats, we have I wanted to show by the side. We have room for concats. So we've done number 1. That is number 1. Then number 2, fill column author's name by concatenating author FN with author LN. That is, this author's name should be a combination of author's first name and author's last name. So what do we use
We are
here?
not seeing
Sorry?
Excel. We are
Sorry?
not seeing the Excel.
Oh, let me see. A minute.
It's fine now.
How about now?
It's okay now.
All right. Thank you. I'll take this. Okay, yeah. So I was saying, for number 2 now, I want to fill author's name by concatenating author's FN with author's last name. That means that particular column should be a combination of this column and this column. That is the concat function. So here we go. So we can just come concat, and we'll see that we have concat, we have concatenate. They work the same way. They work the same way. So we are using concat. It's giving me an argument. What is your text 1? And my text 1 will be author's F, which is B2. Because this one accepts more than one argument, I can just enter my comma, select the next argument, so which is my C3. But then if I should enter it, it will give me requiring without a space. Let's try that. It will give me requiring without, oh, okay. Okay, I think there's a space in this thing. Because if I want to do it normally, like I want it to give me reap, then warren, but all together in a cell, I will just enter an empty space. So this would make it know that, okay, there should be a delimiter there. The delimiter should be an empty space. So if I enter this now, we have space. But I didn't put space at all, and I didn't put this empty space with it will give me week together with warren. Just be like, know that, okay, capital letter starts the order. So this is for concat. Let's use concatenate. Next one. Concatenate, so that we know that it's always the same. This one also accepts more than yes. I have that would be B4 now. Okay, B4. So we have Chimamanda Ngozi. So I can just use this to autofill everything. See, I have the space there because there's a space within my what's it called? My formula. So that is for concatenate. Now, using find, how many times did Ugu occur and what's their location? Using find. Now, find, if you want to use find is, okay, in this data set, I am looking for this particular record. Maybe in this case now, we are looking for Ugu because we have RSA Ugu here. That is, yeah, we have RSA Ugu here. So we want to know how many occurrence did Ugu have in this place. So instead of writing a formula, there's a shortcut. We can just go to our sorry. So instead of writing whatever, we can just go to our home tab, look for find and select. This is where I would have to expand this because we are under our home tab, go to find and select. So though there's find and replace, like okay, I want to change requiring to another name. I can just enter what I want. But that's not for now. I can just go find. So in this case, I'm looking for Google. I will enter what I am looking for. Then I would find all. Find all in the sense that here I asked like, okay, using find, how many times did Ugu occur and what's their location? This thing is telling me that Ugu occurred. This is number one occurrence, number two occurrence. So it means that Ugu occurred just in two, sorry, Ugu occurred twice. First in cell M5 and second in cell C9. Who is that person? Let's check it out. First in cell M5. M5. Where's M5? Oh. Okay. Let me remove it from here because it is giving me this one first. Let me cancel. So we know we are looking for Ugudu. Let me just say because now it will look, it is coming from up to down. So it will give me the fourth occurrence as the first one. So now if I do it this way, this what we got then would change. Now I'm finding Ugu, then I have to find up here. Now it's giving me C9 and C15 because it's first occurred on column 09, then where's find next? The next one is on C15. So from here you can see that Ugu occurred twice. Now, same way if I am looking for, let me say Chimamanda. And I said find all. Now it is telling me that Chimamanda occurred just once. Chimamanda occurred just once, and it is on cell B4. It is on cell B4. Now, same way, if I want to look for maybe once, then I say find all. It's telling me, okay, the book type of appeared just once. This record. So that is that for find. Find is to locate a particular record on our table. Then next we have yeah. Okay, so concat length find. We have textjoin. All right. So what's the next question? Next question is using lower, convert customer column to lowercase. Lower is just like, okay, I have this text in this particular cell or this column or whatever. And there are some, let's say the first letter is in capital, the second letter is in lowercase, the next letter is in uppercase, lowercase, like that. But I want to convert everything to capital letter. I'm sorry, to lowercase. An example is maybe I created an email column from first name and last name. You see, the first letter of first name is having a capital letter and the first letter of the last name is having a capital letter. But now I am concatenating both to give me an email. Now I would have to be like, okay, first name and last name concat with at email.com, like that. So instead of it giving me first letter capital first name, then first letter capital last name together with at email.com, meaning I would have two capital letters, I can just use the function lower so that everything will give me a lowercase. Now, an example is this, our customer column. We have our customer column to be CID 101, CID 200, like that. But now they are in capital letters. I want to convert them to, want to convert it to lowercase. So what do we do? Let's check. Customer is column F. All right, let's do it here. Customer. So you can just draw equal to, it's very simple, equals to lower. Then our type. It only gave us text, just one argument, text. So what cell to convert to keys? That is cell. So if, okay, let me select F3. Yeah. Then I close my brackets. If I should enter, it will give me CID 101 in lowercase, CID in lowercase. You should not forget we are dealing with text, so it will not work on string, because string, sorry, it will not work on numerals. Numerals cannot be written in upper or lowercase, so it works only for text strings. Then if I autofill to give me everything in lowercase. So that is for lowercase. Same way with upper. Let's say I want to convert it to upper now. I will just be equal to upper my text. Now use this. Now it is back to upper. So the same way lower works, the same way upper works. But then we also have proper. We have proper. Proper now is, maybe I have, let me use it. Proper, I have the first letter to be lowercase, the next letter uppercase, like that, like that, like that. Now I want to make it a proper case. If there's anything like that. I'm just, okay, will proper work on Excel? Yeah, it should. Okay, yeah, so this now would convert it to capital, small, like that. Yeah, see. Okay, let me write a name, let's see. So, now I want to convert Shola to a proper case. It should have, each word should start with capital letter. Let me add another name. Let me add an extra name. So I want to correct this. I can just make use of proper. Proper. So each word should start with capital letter. So that is for proper, lower, and upper. Delete this because we're still coming to okay. Delete this. So let me leave this to first. So yeah, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now back to functions. Functions, like we said. No, sorry, these are logical functions now. I think, let me see if we're done with text. Okay, we have text joins. I hope this network does not cut me off. So we have text joins, just like concats and concatenates, like we treated. Text join connects text strings from multiple cells to a single cell, just like we have from column authors Fn and column authors Ln. If we use text join, we combine both. Not only two, now we can combine more than two. Yeah, we can combine more than two. More, in fact, anything more than one by using text join. The same way we use concat, the same way we use concatenate, the same way we're going to use text join. So let's try that. But yeah, we'll try using 3 columns instead. So equals text join. For each of Excel's formula, they know that, okay, once I call upon product, my assignment is multiply. Sorry, once I call upon upper, my assignment is to provide the cell selected in uppercase. Once I call upon sum, its assignment is to do no other thing except to add together whatever is given. So now, this one is asking me for delimiter, that is, what will be the separator? So my separator is an empty space. I'll put my empty space in quotes, then my comma. Next, ignore empty. That is, if it is empty, should it ignore? True or false? True. Ignore empty. Oh, shoot. I will select my true. Then what is my first text? What text do I want to join first? I would select Rick. There's author's first name, comma. What is the next text you want to join? This one, comma. Then what is another text you want to join? You see, it's giving me up to 5. In fact, more than. I can join 10. I can join whatever, no matter how much I want. So let me just stop here. But here now we would have a problem in the sense that we would only have Rick space Warren religious. Warren and religious would be together. Okay, that's changed. Okay, yeah, I think there's a space there. Yeah, there are spaces. There's a space here. Yeah, let's work. So this is, if this one is, what is my separator? That is why I have space. Let's say I don't have this. Let's see if it would work. It should give me few arguments, and the argument is to, okay, yeah, so to give an error in the sense that, so a value used in the formula is of the wrong data type, meaning my arguments are not complete. In other words, my arguments are not complete. So if I want it complete, I have to do the number of arguments required. So this one is to give me my separator. Sometimes I might want to use comma, not necessarily an space. Sometimes I might want to use an underscore, like that, like that. So that is delimiter. Then should I ignore empty cells or not? If I am not, if I am to include empty cells, I'll write false. If I am to ignore empty cells, I'll write true. But this one, I wanted to ignore empty cells. So there are no empty cells. So that's where I have my true. And my first text is B3. That is author's name, author's first name. Next one, author's last name. Then the next one should be my book type. So once I enter, it gave me 1, 2, 3. That is 3 words. That is requiring religious. Then the next one will be Ramadan culture, like that. But we won't be, let's just okay, like that. So like this, that is textjoin. We see that concat concatenates textjoin. They perform same function, perform the same function. Same function. So after textjoin, please, any if there's any question, you can easily draw my attention back. And if I am not audible enough, just let me so that I won't be speaking to myself while in my mind I am recording. Okay, so after that now we'll do logical function. Our logical function, that's continuation of our Excel function. You know, we treated sum, we treated average, we treated max. So now we are taking it a step further using count if, some if. Though there are some ifs, there are count ifs. There is or, and not. Yeah, so that's what we'll be treating for the course of this class. Any questions so far, or we understand? Let me see.
Understood.
We understand the question. All right. Okay, so let's further ahead. Logical functions. What are logical functions? What do we understand by logic? What's when we hear the term logic? What do we mean? English, arithmetical, anything? What comes to mind when we talk about logic? Okay, so let me just further ahead, like a kind of reasoning, like, okay, if this does not happen, this should happen. But now I don't want to use the word if, but I think we can't help it. Meaning, I want to go to, I'm at Yanopaja and I want to go to Agege. Common sense should tell me, okay, once I get to Yanopaja, I can just board a bus going to Agege. You know, that's the logic. But for someone now that lacks common sense, might just enter Yanova. Then from Yanova, want to go back to maybe my two or whatever, then get Agege. So the common sense now is like a logic. I don't know if that makes sense. But I understand from my POV, like that's common sense now. It's what I call logic. That is the way of reasoning here. So please, if this all should end, please let's try redoing it the same way. Thank you. So now, logical functions. Just these things are very simple in the sense that whatever the name implies is what it means. There are no two ways about it. I am calling on count to come and count. I am calling on count A or count R to come and count all. If that is, if this one is not this, it should be this, or if this does not happen, it should be this. Then English language, if is multiple if. I have one if condition, I have two if condition, I have three if condition, that is ifs. Count if, that is, count if this condition is met or not. Sum if, sum this, if this is this. It is as simple as that. As simple as it is, it can be tricky. Yeah, it can be tricky because you can mistake sum if for sum ifs. You can mistake counts for counts ifs like that again. Okay. So yeah, let's start with what are we doing first? We're using count, determine total number of purchase. Total number of purchase. Total number of purchase. The rest purchase. Okay, quantity purchase using count, total number of purchase. Now it should be like total number of, sorry. I thought someone was trying to do something. Okay, yeah, so determine the total number of what's it called? Of purchase. So you can just come here and be like equal to count. That is what we call on count. Count. Now this one has, okay, we can more than one argument. In the sense that we have value one. This is an argument, this is an argument. Value two is an argument. So my value one will be from here down to here. If I close, if I enter, it's giving me 50. Let me delete it and come down a bit so that it does not. Okay. This is my first argument. That sorry, my value one, meaning from here down to here, counts them. This is different from sum. This means how many items were sold. How many items were sold? That is what I mean by count the total number of purchase, not the quantity of purchase. Total number of purchase now, count them. So each row represents a sale or a purchase. Each row. So how many do we have now? So that's giving us like we have 15 purchases. That is 15 items were sold in different quantities. Yes. But now if I use count A, it would not work. Um, so credit. Oh God. Sorry.
I think counter can't speak more than okay.
Sorry. Okay, it would. But if I use it on how would I let me try counts here. You were saying something, please.
No, I thought you said you want to use count if and you are using counter. That's why.
Yeah. So yeah, counts did not work. Why? Can anybody tell me? I'm waiting on us. We use counts here the same way we use counts here. But this is giving us an answer and this is giving us zero. Automatically is an error. Why did it not work? Because counts would work for numerals. Count A counts, they work for numerals. But count cannot work for text. Count cannot work for text because count is meant for numbers. I don't know. Count is meant for that was what I wanted to that was what I meant when I mean count A would not work here. I meant count would not work for text. Count would not work for text, it would work for numerals, but counts would work for everything. It means count all. Count all. Let's try it here. Count all. Now this will give us 15. Yes. So this shows us that count A would work for both alphabets and numerals, and count works only for numerals. So that is counts and counts all. So we've done using count determine the total number of purchases. We've done that. Using calculate the max mean average of the total sales. This was what we did in our last class. Yeah, max mean and average of total sales. Okay, but before total sales, now we have a comment here. This means this is telling us fill this column using the product function. Fill this column using the product function. Please, at this point now, I want to hear from you. We did this in the last class. So now I want to fill this total sales. I want to fill my total sales. What do I use, or how do I fill my total sales? Anybody, please. Let me see. Those of us that make sense. Please, let's unmute and talk, please.
That's price times quantity purchased, right?
Price times quantity.
We are using products there.
Sorry?
I said we are going to use products there.
Oh, yeah, products. But before that, we have something here, and which is we have to format this column as a currency. Format this column as a currency. Now, I will select my column. I will go to my own tab. I will apply my currency. I've selected it as currency. Now, I would use my product to get my total sales. Product of price multiplied by quantity purchased. Exactly. Thank you so much. So let's go there. Where are you? Where are the total sales? Okay. So equal product. What is my first number? That's my first argument. Okay, should be this. Comma. My second argument is quantity purchased. Then I close my bracket. I enter. Though I will still format this also as a currency. So I'll apply my currency. So I have this. That is using products. Then now I want to calculate the max mean average of total sales. Max mean at average. Oh, sorry. This one is not that. Let me come down. Now we have max of total sales will be max total sales. That's simple. Then to give me the highest item that was sold. Oh, shoot, we have something more. Okay, now I have my minimum of total sales. That would be just like the name implies, minimum, maximum, average product, like that. So this thing is telling me that the highest purchase that was made is worth 147,400 naira. All right, and the minimum, that is the lowest item sold, was 7,000. Okay, $92. Yeah, then I said average also. Average of total sales. So my average would be equals to average total sales. Still using my total sales column. So from my first argument to my last argument, enter the average should 39,963. So that is the total of this divided by the number of occurrence. That gives me my average. Mistaken. Then we also have if total price is greater than 10,000, input best, otherwise good. So yeah, this is where we get to use if functions. Now let's go back to our outline. We've done count, and we've done, okay, I think this is where we are.